Good evening, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's new video, we'll be discussing the making of the Constitution of India. In this video, we'll discuss how was the Constitution of India formed, why was it formed, what was the role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in forming the Constitution of India. We'll also learn about the Constituent Assembly and many more. So now let's dive in. First of all, let's begin with the introduction. Now, I'm sure all of you know what is the Constitution. But let me tell a little bit more in detail. A constitution is a fundamental law of a country. It is a set of rules and principles that determines how a nation is governed, how power is distributed among different organs of the government, and what rights and duties citizens possess. It serves as the supreme law of the land, meaning that all other laws must be consistent with it. A constitution also provides stability, ensures the rule of law, protects individual rights, and prevents the misuse of power by the government. It acts as a framework within which the legislature, executive, and judiciary functions. In a democratic country, the constitution reflects the aspirations, values, and ideals of the people. Thus, the constitution is not merely a legal document, it is the foundation of a nation's political, social, and legal system, guiding its development and ensuring justice, liberty, equality, and order in society. Now, we will discuss why was the Constitution of India formed. Now, India, after gaining independence on 15 August 1947, could not be ruled under the British law. So, India needed its own system of governance that reflected the values and aspirations of its people. A constitution was necessary to establish the structure of government, distribute powers among different organs of the state, protect the rights of citizens, and also to maintain law and order and ensure justice, equality, and liberty for all. It was also needed to unite a diverse nation with different languages, regions, cultures, and traditions under a common legal framework. Therefore, the Constitution of India was drafted to serve as supreme law of the land and to guide the newly independent nation towards democracy, development, and national unity. Now, we will discuss the formation of the Constituent Assembly. The idea of a Constituent Assembly was first proposed by freedom fighter and thinker Edmund Roy in 1934. Later, the Indian National Congress agreed with Edmund Roy and demanded that India should frame their own constitution. Later, the British government accepted this idea through the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. So in 1946, the British government sent the Cabinet Mission to India, where the Cabinet Mission proposed the formation of the Constituent Assembly in order to frame the Constitution of India. Now, the Constituent Assembly was formed in July 1946. Initially, the Constituent Assembly had 389 members, out of which 292 members were from British Indian provinces, 93 members were from Princely State, and 4 members were from Chief Commissioner's provinces. But however, after the partition of the India in 1947, many members of the Constituent Assembly went to Pakistan. Therefore, the strength of the Constituent Assembly was reduced from 389 to 299. Now, the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly was held on 9 December 1946. In the meeting, Dr. Sajid Anand Sinha was the most senior person in the Constituent Assembly. Therefore, he was appointed as the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly. Later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as its permanent president. Now, we will discuss the drafting committee and the role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now, in order to prepare the Constitution of India, several committees were formed. Among all those committees, the most important was the drafting committee. The chairman of the drafting committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is also known as the father of the Indian Constitution. Now, the drafting committee consisted of 7 members who were responsible for preparing the final draft of the Constitution. Now, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, before drafting the Constitution of India, carefully studied the constitution of various countries. and worked with other members to draft a constitution suitable for India. He ensured that the constitution guaranteed important rights such as equality, freedom, and justice for all citizens. He was also a strong supporter of social justice and worked to protect the interests of weaker and marginalized sections of the society. Throughout the debates in the Constituent Assembly, Dr. B. R. Ambedkar explained and defended the provision of the Constitution. Because of his outstanding contribution and leadership, he is not only remembered as the father of the Indian Constitution, but also as the architect of the Indian Constitution. Now, the makers of the Constitution studied Constitution from many countries and adopted the best features. And some of those best features are as follows. Now, from the Constitution of United Kingdom, the makers of the Constitution of India borrowed the parliamentary system and rule of law. From the Constitution of United States, they borrowed the fundamental rights and judicial review. From the Constitution of Ireland, they borrowed the directive principle of state policy. From the Constitution of Canada, the federal system with a strong center was borrowed. From the Constitution of Australia, the concurrent list was borrowed. And last but not the least, from the Constitution of Germany, the emergency provision was borrowed. Now we will look at the adoption and enforcement of the Constitution of India. On 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution. However, it came into force on 26 January 1950. Now there is a reason why the Constitution of India came into force on 26 January 1950 instead of 26 November 1949. Now, the reason is that on 26 January 1930, the Indian National Congress declared Purna Swaraj or complete independence, and in order to honor that historic event, the date 26 January 1950 was chosen. Since then, India became a sovereign democratic republic. Later, the words socialist and secular were added through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment in 1976. Now, we are almost at the end of the video. So, before I conclude, I would like to share some facts about the Constitution of India. So, fact number one, the original Constitution of India was handwritten in both Hindi and English. The Constitution of India was beautifully decorated by artists led by Nandalal Bose. Fact number three, originally, the Constitution of India had 395 articles, 22 parts, and 8 schedules. But now, at present, the Constitution of India has 448 articles, 25 parts, and 12 schedules. Fact number 4. Today, the Constitution of India is considered the longest written constitution in the world. And last but not the least, fact number 5. The original copies of the Constitution of India are preserved in special helium field case in the Parliamentary Library. Now, in the conclusion, the making of the Indian Constitution was not the work of one person, but the result of the efforts of hundreds of leaders, scholars, and visionaries. It reflects the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, and continues to guide the world's largest democracy. As citizens, understanding our Constitution is not just important, it is our responsibility. With this, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed learning with me. We'll be meeting soon in the next video. Till then, take care and stay safe. Bye bye.